I say, you say, we say, I say, listen. You say, I say, we say, you don't know. All right, folks, it's getting to be that time of the year, man. Looking at around March 15th here. I could be off a day or two. Not really sure. But I decided, hell, everyone's getting crazy with the outdoor power equipment. Everyone's going wild. We featured a couple deals. I wanted to talk about the Milwaukee blowers. What's up, buddy? How you doing, bud? Yeah, great to see you, man. Awesome. So, yeah, absolutely. All right, so here we got Milwaukee's two blowers. These are the two releases from Milwaukee. You had the Gen 1, which is right here, a little bit bigger. What's going on, Luis? Luis Garcia, what's up? Gen 1 model, Gen 2 model, okay? Really nothing wrong with the Gen 1 model, but the public and the people weren't impressed with it. Now you might say, wait, well, what's going on here? You're saying it wasn't bad, but people didn't like it. Well, you got to remember, guys, this is Milwaukee, right? So when they release stuff, they want it to be, right up there with some of the best equipment out there. So not sure what Milwaukee's deal was. What's up, buddy? Connor, what's up, man? Love my Gen 2 blow, but never had the Gen 1. Yeah, we're going to talk about him real quick. And 99% of the people don't know that this blower is not made anymore. All right, so you're not going to be able to find this blower anymore. I kind of had a feeling. I would want to say around October. A lot of Home Depots were pretty much giving these Gen 1 blowers away. We had that one deal where you got the Gen 1 blower, a charger, and a 5 amp hour battery, I think for $129. So as soon as the Gen 2 came out, and this is like Milwaukee, this isn't a full-fledged outdoor power equipment company. So, Ego has 3 or 4 handheld blowers, and I think at least, I'll be honest with you, all of them might still be in production. But for a tool company, I had a feeling there was no need to have, 2 blowers, especially in the 18-volt platform. Now, it wouldn't be odd, like if DeWalt came out with one right now, right? It wouldn't seem odd because DeWalt's 20-volt blower has been out for, 4 or 5 years? This came out and literally within the same year. So I want to say 9 months later, they already came out with the Gen 2 version. And again, it's a very bulky blower. Now, they both have the same CFM, all right? They both have 450 CFM. There's no speeds on it, okay? There was no speed settings on this Gen 1 model. Obviously, with the Gen 2, you got 2 modes right there, right? But with this one, this is your cruise control or your lock. You can kind of lock it on any speed you want. And I actually thought this was very impressive. I liked it because if you were blowing stuff out of mulch, instead of kind of throttling the trigger, you know what I'm saying? Playing with it, lightening it up a little bit. If you just put it right on where you want it, and you can do a whole mulch bed, you don't have to worry about throttling the trigger. But no speed settings, and again, very, very, if you can take a look at this, here, we'll take a couple different looks. All right, so huge difference in size. And not that this was heavy. This, what Milwaukee kind of did is they put this out there, okay? And people were pretty happy. It had pretty good reviews, a little bit more power than the DeWalt, but it just wasn't as comfortable to use, right? So right off they said, you know what? This is a super easy kind of fix here, all right? We're gonna go over the real quick. Take a look at both of them. Some of the internal components real quick, but my honest opinion is we can do a real quick fix on this. Seems like people want 2 speeds, right? They want it a little bit lighter. What are we going to do? Keep this out for 3-4 years and then come out with a new model? They said no. Let's fix this thing quick. And yeah, this you can't. I was on Home Depot. I tried searching for this blower. It's done. And this thing has been a pretty good blower, man. I use this quite a bit, to be honest with you, and I'm still gonna use it. Because again, it really has the same amount of power. Now you got to remember the fact that you can get the same kind of power at a 2 different size, right, motors, and that's pretty much, like I said, 450 CFM, both exactly the same. What's up, Res Goat? James Morris, Caddy River. Yeah, absolutely, totally agree. Now the tubes is what's a little bit different, okay? Now there's not that big of a difference. All right, real quick, this is your Gen 1 and this is your Gen 2. So I hear a lot of people say, oh, it's the same blower, they just put a skinnier tube on it. And that's not really accurate. Now, is it a little bit smaller? Yes. Okay, obviously it's the same length, okay, but you can't even get this to, I mean, you can, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if you can really push it in, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it is smaller, but it's nothing mind-boggling. Here, you can take a little bit closer look here. All right, and you're not going to get an extra 25 miles per hour by making your tube 5 centimeters smaller, okay? So they definitely did some changes internally, and this tube is so, I don't want to say it's so much better, but when you lock this Gen 2 in compared to this one, it's just so easy, and both of them are super easy, guys. And again, this was $99 for the longest time, this new Gen 2, but as you can see right here, here's your propeller, okay? And then you got your red fan right here. All right? So that is the main difference, okay? So this is the Gen 2. Let me show you the Gen 1 first. All right, so with the Gen 1, you got the same kind of propeller here. Hopefully I could stand this up. Hold on. Oh yeah, I can do it with that one. Real nice. All right, so same exact propeller, okay? And you got to remember, this opening is bigger too. So this is the Gen 1 right here. This is the Gen 2. All right, so this being a little bit smaller definitely can help it a little bit. But again, these small changes are not going to make that big of a difference. Now, the fan, that's where you're going to see the difference. All right, now here's the Gen 1 Milwaukee. All right, you see that fan, all right? Not bad, does what it's got to do. The shape, the size, the design of the fan, you know, works great, no issues. A lot of dirt in there. But then you look at the Gen 2, okay? This is where the difference is. And I was told this straight from the horse's mouth. And it's nothing major, but they changed the design and the structure of the fan here, okay? So not sure if maybe, you know what you can do, you know, when they come out with this stuff, it's really interesting because, you know, they file patents months and years ahead. You know, I would not be surprised if while they were kind of designing this or making this, you know, they kind of had this propeller, they were getting good, this fan, we'll say, was getting good wind speed, everybody liked it, and then someone designed this kind of fan here, and yep, it's the small thing. Something like that could have been like, all right, man, oh, man, this thing works so much better with this fan. What are we gonna do? Just come out with, you know, this fan but put this propeller in it? Nah, let's just come out with a new fan, because you know there's no speed settings on this one. It's a little bulky, a little bit big. Let's just knock them dead with this designed Much lighter. Again, 2 speeds. No question, the better blower. So when you kind of put these all together, you know, you got your different propeller here, or fan. Why do I keep saying propeller? But your different fan here compared to this one. You know, the smaller housing, the intake area, or we should say the out, where the air or where the tube goes. A little bit smaller, but again, not much. But when you start adding them up, and again with the size of the tube. But yeah, absolutely. No, this is a great fan, and you know, if you can find one on Amazon for $100, you know, again, they had this fan, honestly, guys, for $79 at where was it? Not Tool Up, International Tool. And people ask me, yeah, you know, seriously, you know, what's your favorite fan, your favorite blower? I have to say, this is my favorite blower. Yeah, out of all the lithium ion blowers. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. If Makita had some bigger batteries, and if the price, I mean, you got to remember, guys, that fan is so outrageously overpriced. That Makita fan, all right? Nice fan. Nice fan. Nice blower, excuse me. Real nice blower. Juan, what's up, buddy? Oh, I appreciate that, man. No problem, Juan. James. But out of all of them, it would probably be the Makita. But again, when you put everything together, right? The price, the battery platform, you know, how many batteries? Again, the Makita takes 2 batteries too. So without a doubt, and I like that DeWalt 20 volt, don't get me wrong, but it's like I said, it's been out a good 5 years now. I would love to see an updated DeWalt 20 volt blower. Don't change a freaking thing, right? Because comfort wise and you know, weight ratio is just the way it's the design of the DeWalt and the way it's balanced it's just really awesome. I wouldn't change a thing, except we got to get it some more power. You know, you got 90 miles per hour with the DeWalt. You got 125 with this unit. All right, you got 400 CFM with the DeWalt. You got 450 with this one. But again, the big thing to get away from this Milwaukee, and I don't know why. I don't know why this is. They have so many deals on this blower. I have a feeling it costs them pretty much dirt to make these. So I think that they can run pretty good sales on them at certain times. Remember, it is either $69 or $79 during Christmas. You could have got this blower. All right, bare tool, we know that. But let me tell you, you slap a 12 amp hour battery on this blower, and again, that's the big difference. I wouldn't say it's a big difference, but that's definitely a difference. The runtime on this unit, I wanted to say with a 9 amp hour battery, with a 9 amp hour battery was around 20 minutes. And that's really like more close to 19. All right. Like around 19 minutes. When we did the test with this one, if you guys remember, with a 9, we got around 22 minutes. All right. So you slap a 12 amp hour battery on this sucker and you know, you're getting around a half an hour. All right. That's pretty darn good. Now, obviously with the Egos, it's a little bit different. And I love the Ego blowers, don't get me wrong. But they're a little heavy at times. Especially when you're working all day, you know, clearing grass, blowing grass. You just want something light. Let me tell you, man, I go to these all the time now. Instead of pulling the cord, putting gas, oh, boom, I'm hitting the button. All right, let's go. Juan, go grab it. You know, so we're gonna put the, and then we got our favorite, not our favorite, but this this beast right here. I gotta see if I can get a work order done on this one. I had to check the date. This has a 5-year warranty. Yeah, 2015. I wonder if they'll just send me a new one, like the new design. Because with this one, it don't work, man. But The Gen 2 is great even for dry. Oh yeah, you know, I did a video on Instagram, Jerry Cube, and it wasn't meant to show it doing something amazing. Now the Ego did something really good. And that video has like 400,000 views on Instagram. But in that video, I was showcasing the Ego, really how much power it had. Now I did it with the Milwaukee, and it was definitely heavier snow. And it, you know, even with really wet snow that was really too much for this Milwaukee, it did pretty good, you know. But yeah, and you know, that's the thing too with those Ego blowers. You know, I just did a video today on the hedge trimmer for 99 bucks. They run a lot of deals too. But again, with the Ego, you're kind of just stuck with outdoor power equipment. You know what I'm saying? You know, you could take the battery out of this blower, put it in this vacuum, put it in an impact wrench, put it in a drill driver, put it in a hammer drill, put it in a miter saw. So if you can get away with this, and that's what I like about the Tool brand outdoor power equipment stuff, because it's the versatility is amazing. And really every blower that they've put out has been pretty good, whether it's from DeWalt. Now I don't like any of that flex volt blower is an embarrassment, but we're going to stick with the 20 volt 18 volt stuff. The Makita is very good. It's just really overpriced, and with two 5 amp hour batteries, you're getting like 11-12 minutes of runtime, and it's just pointless, you know. You know, you could put 2 6s on it, I guess, but try to buy 2 6 amp hour batteries from Makita. It'll cost you $200 even on eBay probably. But yeah, and it's really expensive, that blower. You know, actually recently, because of the runtime issues, Makita is actually giving you 2 free 5 amp hour batteries. So they're giving you 4 5 amp hour batteries now with that kit. You know, 329 bucks. You know, not bad. I don't even know what the kit costs, this blower kit. But this is the one tool that you should never buy in a combo kit. Because if they want $329 for this, you're going to get ripped off big time. Because we've seen this for $99 for a long time at Home Depot. And again, during Christmas, we saw it for $79 freaking dollars. But about time to break the pressure. Yeah, man, absolutely. Tomorrow's going to be 61 degrees. It's supposed to rain like a mofo, though. And we might have, they're calling for major flooding. If you don't, we still got, you know, 6 inches, I don't know, probably 3 inches of snow left. And obviously, you know, all the plowed snow, you know, the big snow mountains and the snow domes, it's going to be melting tomorrow. We could have some major flooding problems. Then it's going to get cold again, which is kind of weird. But we're definitely, I mean, today you just smelt spring. You ever get that smell? Ooh, that smell. Can't you smell that smell? But yeah, so, and another thing, like I wanted to show you, because somebody was telling me on Amazon, and I told them, next time you see it, let me know. They were selling this Gen 1 blower, bare tool, for 55 bucks on Amazon. All right, and let me tell you, there's really no difference. The big, I mean, power-wise, all right? 450 CFM is 450 CFM, okay? The miles per hour, definitely a little bit better with this blower, and of course the speed stuff. But if you can get this mower for 55 bucks, you know, it's just a little bulky. It's, you know, the weight distribution is pretty bad. It really wears your arm out pretty quick. And with this one, that's why I love it, because it's so light, so easy. It's a breeze. But I'll be honest with you, I've used this thing, you know, during this summer lawn care season, and it makes this weird noise. And I don't know what happened to it, but this thing fell out of my truck. Juan freaking threw this thing across the goddamn lawn a couple times. I was like, you know, I was kind of beating this thing up because I didn't care about it. I wasn't going to use it too much. So when we did use it, I didn't really care. This thing still took a beating and runs like a champ. So this thing definitely has a really good build quality to it. But yeah, you know, it's just the little things. You know, you got to make sure I had a piece of equipment in my trailer rubbing up against this. But, you know, you can keep them. There's a good picture of the size difference. Boss, any power from the Gen 2 blower when using... Yeah, you'll see you know, when it comes to the outdoor power equipment, there's really no way to gauge it. Like, I remember when I first put that 9 amp hour flex volt on that. Actually, I don't know if it might even been the 6. It could have been the 6 amp hour, you know, flex volt, right? The 6 amp hour 60 volt and the 2 amp hour, I mean the 6 amp hour 20 volt and the 2 amp hour 60 volt. I put that on that DeWalt blower and it just sounded different from the start. I was like, and I did a video on it, and it might be on actually it might be on both channels. Check it out. I was absolutely blown away by the difference it made in that DeWalt 20 volt blower by adding the 6 amp hour. I'm pretty sure it was the 6. Again, I have the video somewhere. It's either on here or on Supreme. But yeah, it makes a difference. But you know, again, you're not gonna... It's gonna probably sound a little bit loud. I know when I put the 12 on this sucker, I was like, whoa, baby. You know, but you can't really tell the difference, bud. You're gonna notice the runtime difference is insane. And if you do a real logical test, like if I put a ball up with a 12 amp hour battery and put a 5 amp hour battery in this, I doubt very much you're going to see that ball. Unless I put a pretty light ball, right? And maybe we will try something like that, you know, because I do have a nice ball, a yellow ball. But, and if it does go up a little bit more, it's going to go up a little bit. But yeah, you know... The big thing with the bigger batteries too now is you're not only getting more cells, okay? You know, now we know the 9 amp hour battery from Milwaukee still has the 18650 cells in it, but they're higher capacity. So obviously you're going to notice a difference between, you know, between that a little bit and of course having 9, you know, right, having the 9 amp hour power. But now, you know, with the 12, right? With the 8. Now that 8 amp hour battery and that 3 amp hour battery is coming out in like 2 weeks. You're going to be able to get them. All right. They said first week of April. But now you're adding more cells and 21700. All right. So the 21700 are really going to help. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Jimmy G. I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, we're going to start getting into some more stuff, guys. You know, we haven't, you know, the winters up here are tough. I was going to do a lot of stuff, man, I had planned with, you know, I was going to get a kind of like a little, you know, I was going to call it the demonstration station. I was going to build a little bit of like a studio. Then I was like, what am I doing with that? I don't know. I had so many different things. But anyway, because my workshop downstairs is just, it's a disaster. Between all my lawn equipment, I stopped getting a storage unit 2 years ago. I'm going to have to start doing it again. You know, it wasn't a big issue the first year. Now, 2 years later, I mean, with all my lawn care stuff and all this stuff and trying to get reviews, so I've been kind of, yeah. So we're going to, weather's getting nice. And you know, the thing is, I can make room in there. I got to clean it out, but it's been such a disaster with the weather. You know, there's been snow on the ground. Just frozen, just real frozen. And to move a mower and to move stuff. Hey, what's up, Terry? Hope the patent for the M12 torque wrench shows. Yeah, that looks pretty exciting. I look at Black Bear. Black Bear, what you eat? Black Bear, eat. Where did she go? Oh. Black Bear, what you eat? Look at her trying to walk out in the freaking snow. Look at her little cat paws. She brought me home something real nice this morning. I doubt you could see it. Well, maybe you can. Let's see if we can you get it? I mean, this thing is bigger than her. If you can really see that. She had that home right in the morning. And I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a squirrel. It was so big. And it's the biggest chipmunk I ever saw. It's bigger than her. But yeah, she was out. She hasn't been out because it's been the weather. But yeah, so no doubt between the two guys, obviously if they're both the same price, there's a lot of features on the Gen 2 model which make it a better blower, obviously. Again, 125 to 100 miles per hour. But the big thing, and you can even forget the speed thing, you know, I thought I would use it more than I do, but you don't really use that low speed that much. You know, it is nice in the mulch. You can kind of slip it onto the lower mode there, but not too crazy. But the big difference is the weight. It's just, and it's not just the weight, it's the way it's balanced in your hand. Again, the big thing with this blower is it runs fine. There's no issues. Again, both the same 450 CFM. But this one could be, yeah, she's a great cat. 99% of the people, Steve, you don't know that this blower is not available anymore. Okay? So if you go to Home Depot, this one is not available anymore. You can still get this one now. But you might be able to, on Amazon, we'll see if we can find this. Somebody said that, and it was a couple months, it was around Christmas that Amazon was selling these for like 55 bucks. But yeah, these are pretty much out of production now, okay? So, and not that you would want this blower anyway. See, that's another reason why you kind of really had to end production with this blower. There's just no reason. This one is so much better in so many different ways that no one would buy this blower. You know what I'm saying? So it's not even really like a Gen 1 and a Gen 2. I mean, this blower came out as a replacement. So, oh yeah, absolutely. It's a beast with the 12 amp hour, no doubt. So just letting you know the DS. Okay, thank you, Greg. I just got a message on that too, guys. Yeah, so if anyone is interested in the DS150, go click that link under my video. It'll take you right there. It's good to go, man. You're ready to rock. DS150 is back in stock. You can search it too on, you know, your Google app on your phone or whatever, but the links are there. Go check them out. They're still available. DS150. I don't know if the 400 is, but you can check it. And thank you, Greg. And my man on Instagram, Headless, just told me that they're back in stock also. So great for the people that want those tough system boxes. You know, you got to figure sooner or later they're going to be sold out, right? And what's great about them is they come on like every 3 weeks, sometimes 6 weeks. So you kind of fill one up and you're like, I'm done. I don't want any more tough system boxes. You know, I got everything. Then you end up buying stuff and they go on, oh, you know what? I should get another one. I know that's what I did, right? What's up, Mr. Israel? So, yeah, so that's it, guys. I was going to try to see if I could put the old tube on the, hold on, let me just do something. I thought you, yeah, you can. So for the people, let me get a battery. So you can put this is the Gen 2 blower, guys, okay? Brand new. Oh, this blower isn't brand new, but this is the new blower from Milwaukee. I just put the old tube on this blower and it fit. So hold on a second. Let's grab a battery. Let me see. Oh, battery. All right, guys, I'm back. Yeah, so yeah, when that blower, like I said, fell off my trailer. I think I did a video on it. But let me tell you, I never had one issue with Milwaukee's batteries. I just want to make that clear. You know, I do get comments. Blah, blah. I've never had any issues with DeWalt batteries either. I don't think I've ever had. I've had one Milwaukee battery that's kind of just it's weird. It's a 4 amp hour battery. But DeWalt, I've never had one battery from DeWalt go bad on me. Makita, I had a couple. But, and like I said, this thing took a pretty hard fall there. And I got one that's really bad. All this is all eaten off. But, yeah. No, they're good bad. What's up, buddy? So we got the Gen 1 tube on the Gen 2 blower. Let's see if we can put the Gen 2 tube on the Gen 1 blower. And again, all you got to do is press this little button on both of them. You know, some of these are so, even at the wall, get the tube off. I think it was the DeWalt. Maybe it's not. But it's so easy to get these tubes on and off. And then if you kind of have to store it somewhere, you know, it's this small. You know, so it's awesome with the way Milwaukee kind of set this up with the tubes. But let's see what we got. Oh yeah, baby. All right, this one's a little loose. And this one's a little loose, but it worked. Doesn't that look weird? How weird is that? 99% of people would have never known that I could switch both of these tubes. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's try this. Wow. All right, let's see. We got some snow here, man. Let's see what we got. Get out of town. We got, I'll tell you, that's not incredible. I got to take a picture of this, put it on Instagram. The people will love it. Now, let's see if it'll work. See, on this blower, it really fits in there real nice on the Gen 2 blower. This tube, even though it's on, it's kind of funky looking. But let's see what we got. Oh. All right. I tell you, this thing looks so weird, right, man? And we got some debris. We got some leaves, some dirt, some grime, some Christmas tree. All right, let's see what we got. Wow. Yeah, man. So the tubes are interchangeable, but obviously you don't really want to do it, but you can. And here you can really kind of tell the big size difference. See what I'm saying? This is the size difference, guys. Weight-wise, you know, I'd probably say 1.5 pounds lighter the Gen 2 is. But I kind of like it with this tube on it. See, now that's a good question, you know, to see maybe with this tube. And again, it's very small. But maybe this is 120 CFM now. And maybe this one's, 120 miles per hour. Maybe the Gen 1 model is, 105 miles per hour with this tube. Again, as you can see, this tube, the Gen 1 tube, is a little bit bigger, but not much, guys. But overall, like I said, it's very rare that you see a company, really any company, come out with a replacement tool within 8-9 months. Pretty much just, because we've heard a lot of stuff, whether it's, Milwaukee's nailers, right? They didn't pull them off the market. They didn't kill them. Whether it's, the DeWalt, what's that one tool that sucks from DeWalt? I don't know, or you know, the Bosch, whatever. But they came out with the Milwaukee Gen 1 blower. Again, not too much, you know, people, there wasn't really a big deal. Some people just didn't really like it as much. What's up, buddy? Yeah, it's a good fit, man. It fit on there pretty good, yeah. No, the string trimmer, no doubt, is a killer. There's no need. That's why I tell you, if you want a string trimmer, buy that string trimmer for $199. Don't get the combo, because then you know, you're going to use that 90% of the time as a string trimmer, right? You're not going to be cutting, you know, using it as a pole saw every day. If you buy it as an edger, again, you know, you're gonna, not too many people edge their own lawn, but whatever. If you do, you know, that might make sense. But get the string trimmer, $199, 9 amp hour battery. Then get the power head and you use that as the edger, the pole saw, your, you know, oscillating hedge trimmer. A set of switching attachments with you know, you believe me, you don't think it's a big deal. It's a pain in the neck switching them 2-3 times, you know, when you're kind of going to be using the trimmer it most of the time. I don't need the quick lock, yeah. But yeah, so it's very rare that a company does that. Just I don't like the Gen 1. I think we kind of messed up. Again, there wasn't a lot of complaints about it. It was just like very blah when this Gen 1 blower came out. And they said, you know what were we thinking? There's no speeds on it. You know, Ego has blowers with, you know, all kinds of, you know, they got like a turbo button and all that stuff. He's like, yeah, we kind of dropped the ball. Boom. And again, it could have been a feature that they kind of, maybe they could, if you watched one part with the propeller 94 GT, the only real difference is the propeller. It's a much different design, different shape on the Gen 2. And it could have been something where, you know, they have, you know, the fan or the propeller in this one. It worked fine, but they found out with this propeller, it really improved the miles per hour, right? And they can afford to make it smaller too. Again, I mean, there's a huge size difference. So they said, you know what, man, we can make this thing smaller. We can make this thing more powerful. We can add speeds to it. We're not going to wait 3 or 4 years to come out with, you know, the Gen 2. Forget it. Stop production. We're done. And that's pretty much what they did. Now, again, there might be some of these floating around somewhere, you know, if they haven't sold out, or whether Milwaukee has boxes of them. But on Home Depot, they're gone. They're nowhere to be found on Home Depot's website. And again, they had to discontinue this blower because, you know, again, unless you're going to sell this thing, because this thing is dirt cheap. Again, 70, 79 bucks, 69 bucks during the holidays. It was $99 for the longest time. What are you going to do, sell this for 79 bucks? And you know, Milwaukee does not want to sell cheap stuff. They want to be known as a premium brand. They don't want to be selling their outdoor power equipment at Ryobi prices. So they had to get rid of it. So it's gone. You'll never see it again. And I bet you a lot of you didn't know that. So that's it, people. And what's cool, you can change the tubes. So, all right, people, let me get out of here. I bought mine for $65. All right, Duke. Yeah, you probably got it from International Tool. You probably saw it on my channel. But yeah, 65 bucks, free shipping, no tax. I mean, it's a no-brainer. What are you going to sell this for? 40 bucks? Wayne, thank you, buddy. Use it to dry my car. Yeah, they're good for so many different reasons. You know, again, the blower is the hardest OPE tool for lithium ion technology, right? String trimmers have been around for a long time. Hedge trimmers have been around a long time, and they've worked great. You know, blowers kind of always lacked. Blowers were always kind of like sweepers, right? You know, they had a lot of miles per hour, but they weren't made for leaves or anything. They were, you know, like the Ryobi sweeper. Then all of a sudden, you know, with some of the technology, you got a couple blowers, but they were, you know, nowhere near gas-like performance, right? Then over the past, with Ego coming into it and saying that we're going full throttle, it got everybody into it. And probably with that DeWalt 20 volt, we're talking tool companies. Ego has been around. Ego obviously started it probably around 5 years ago with their first blower. That was pretty close to a gas-powered blower, right? And as time has gone on, obviously there's been a lot of changes, but probably not DeWalt. But then again, it's not meant, now you see some of these blowers and some of this OPE stuff that, they're gearing towards commercial work. Like, right, the 82 volt Greenworks commercial that, they want $900 for a backpack blower, which is ridiculous when you can buy, a BR, 600 for $450. But you know what I'm saying? The blower has kind of, but now, like I says, some of these Ego blowers outperform gas blowers, right? Performance-wise. And I'll tell you, this thing is pretty darn, 450 CFM. My steel is 420 CFM. But remember, the get miles per hour is like 170. This is only 125. So, they're not quite there yet, the tool company blowers. But hedge trimmer, I don't know how many, the most used tool by commercial guys that I know, just, the 15 tool lawn care companies that I know, I want to say 11 out of the 15 use lithium ion hedge trimmers. Again, I'm here in the Northeast. We don't do a lot of hedge trimming, kind of beginning of the year and usually around July. But like I said, probably 75% of them now are using lithium ion because they're just so much they're so much easier to use. Besides being lighter, hedge trimmers around here, they're used a couple times a year trying to get them started. It's a pain in the neck, and then you got to get the mix, and you got to make sure you're not going to use it for a while. You got to empty, you're dumping gas and putting it back in the gas. It's just, boom, hit a button and you're good to go. So the hedge trimmer, very, very popular with the lawn care. Oh, Blackberry. So, what's up, Thomas? Thank you, Jack. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, something where I can just talk to you guys. We're live. You got any questions? Instead of doing a review with editing and music, and I'm doing all this funky, you got a question, I'll answer it. Thank you, 94. Adam, thank you, buddy. I got the hedge trimmer for $48. Oh, you did get it. 94, you never told me about that. Awesome. Yeah, I posted that on Instagram. Guys, if you're not, YouTube is great, man. And I know I want all you guys to follow me. And listen, I got on Instagram really late. I really started, it was probably January of 2018, where I said, all right, Instagram, we're going to kind of start being somewhat regular on Instagram. But I can put so much, I don't like Twitter. I don't know if some of you guys are on Twitter. Twitter, it's weird, very weird. I just don't get it. But Instagram, it's just so easy. But I post a lot of sale, a lot of deals, a lot of new tools that are coming out real quick. I can get a picture, write something up on it. And we're going to start getting the website going again. I've been getting a lot of comments. Yeah, man, you're going to update, the tool deals. I was on it pretty good there for a while. And if any of you guys want to write articles, like I said, when I first got the website, I put that offer out there for you guys. Any of you guys want to contribute on this website, totally feel free. Just drop me a message. You want to write an article about a tool you have that you like, a tool that you have that you don't like, feel free. Give me a message. We'll put it up on the website. So, yeah, Instagram is definitely very attractive, just because of the ease of it, guys. If I do a video on there, it's a minute. I do something. If I got to do another one, it's 2 minutes. But yeah, well, YouTube is still #1 for Tool Boss. Don't go crazy. But Instagram is definitely, sometimes there's some good deals, like 94 GT. And this deal was, he lives in California, if you guys don't know. It seemed like the only place this deal was good was on like the West, like people in Arizona, California. People were running over Home Depots trying to get them for $49. I never knew 94 got one for that cheap. So great. So again, that hedge trimmer, $45 $200, man, if you can get it. Now, again, someone just asked me about it when I did the Ego video. My favorite is the DeWalt 20 volt. Very light, very well balanced. The Milwaukee's not that comfortable. It works great, and it's better than using a gas one. Don't get me wrong. But it's not that it's heavy either. I'm sure 94 will kind of figure it. It's just, it's not balanced right. It really kills your arms after a while. I like that DeWalt. I love that DeWalt 20 volt. And it's still expensive, the DeWalt 20 volt. It's like $200 with a 5 amp hour battery. So that's the problem with DeWalt. DeWalt prices are really a little bit crazy with some stuff. But let me get out of here, people. Guys, I'll see you later. Peace. Oh, wait, what do we got there, Thomas? I got my Milwaukee M18. Oh, that's great, man. It is heavy. Look at it. Yeah, exactly, 94. And, like, again, it's not like it's probably a pound and a half more than the DeWalt. But the way it's balanced and, like, the grip on it is it's just, yeah, it hurts, man. After a while, it hurts. All right, people, we'll catch you on the flip. Thank you.